Hey guys, welcome back to another Halloween video. So I created this gray red tear demon. I don't know, but I am obsessed with it. I really like the way this came out and I hope that you do too. So let's go ahead and just get started. I'm going to start off by covering my face with this gray cream paint. The palette is from Wet n Wild and I believe it's their Neutrals cream palette. It's from their Fantasy Makers collection, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that in with the brush. I wish I would have used the bigger side of the brush, or that I could have used it. It had product on it and I didn't want it to mess up the color of the gray, so I just used the other end of the brush. It's smaller, but it was clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that in first. This product isn't very opaque and it can get a little bit patchy, so I did have to go in with 2 layers. But this is just me blending in the first one. And then for the second layer, I'm just kind of dabbing the product on. I'm trying not to use any type of swiping motions. The dabbing really helps with the pigment of the cream, but it did take a long time again because I'm using such a small brush, but I was using what I had available to me. And then once I feel like that was pretty good, I went ahead and mixed that gray and flesh tone colored, and I was dabbing that underneath the eye area to kind of brighten up that area just like you would if you were doing your normal face routine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that, and then after that's done, I went ahead and moved on to my eyebrows. I'm not doing anything special, I'm just covering them, or not covering them, but I'm filling them in. I did think about blocking them out and doing a whole new eyebrow, but I was filming really late and I didn't feel like sitting in my chair for 5 hours, so I didn't. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and just set my face with some translucent powder. This powder is from Tarte. I believe it's the ethereal powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that to set. I'm not setting my under eyes though, I'm just setting everything else but my under eyes with a sponge, just like a cosmetic, one of those cheap little sponges you can probably get from a dollar store. And then for my under eyes, I took the white shadow from the Anastasia and Norvina Volume 1 palette. That white shadow in that palette is one of the best eyeshadows that I own. So I'm taking that on a very dense brush and I'm patting that underneath my eyes to, again, brighten that area and also set it. And then I go back in with that sponge like around the edge to blend it out a bit more. And then I also take some of that shadow on the bridge of my nose. And now moving on for my eyes, I didn't have any black cream base, so I'm using a lipstick here. This is also from Wet n Wild. The only thing is that this lipstick is really creamy, so it did give me some creasing, but it's the only black cream base that I had available. I don't have any like black cream base that I can use for eyes, so that's why I went in with the lipstick. Before going with the shadow, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with a brush. And then I am packing black shadow. Again, I'm just using the shadow from the Norvina and Anastasia Volume 1 palette. Just gonna pack that shadow on the lid and up to the crease, and then I'm gonna go in with the brush and blend it out, blend out the edges. I'm just going back and forth between picking up the black and blending it out. I didn't want it to be super perfect, I just wanted a really dark, deep black smoky eye, so I didn't try to blend it out like perfectly or anything like that. I'm just going in and blending it out and packing it on, blending it out, packing it on. And then for my lower lash line, I use the multi-stick from Wet n Wild in Red Rouge, and I'm going to go ahead and line my waterline and also smudge it out in my lashes. I'm also using the red shadow from the Norvina palette again, just packing that on with a small brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and in with the fluffier brush and really smoke that lower lash line out. And then once that's done, I felt super ambitious and I just started contouring with black shadow. I didn't think about it being my, well, I don't know what I'm saying. I didn't think about it being too harsh to blend out. But then again, I did want it to be really harsh, especially on my nose. I wanted a really snatched nose. So I just placed a shadow and then I took a bigger brush to blend it out. I did that on both sides of my nose, obviously. And then for the tip of my nose, I just kind of created a little circle to create a button tip nose. And then I once again blended it out with a fluffier brush, and then whatever was left on the brush that we used to paint our face, I just dabbed that over top of the nose contour. And then I took some more white shadow to highlight the tip and the bridge. And then I'm taking that same black shadow to contour my face. I contoured my cheekbones. And then I also did my jawline. And then I wanted a sharper contour, so I'm just taking some more of that setting powder that I used before, and I'm just carving out my cheekbones. And then while that was setting, I went ahead and tried to cover up the rest of my chest area. I got so lazy doing this though, so it didn't do it very well. It still looks blotchy and very like sheer in some parts, but whatever. I was like, I could just edit it in photos, so it didn't really matter anyway. But I did what I could. And then once that was done and I wiped off that powder that we had sitting there, I'm gonna go ahead and put on blush. This is from Juvia's Place. I'm just adding some blush. I feel like she needed some color, some pink to her cheeks. And then I'm taking the KVD Vegan Beauty eyeshadow in Rose Shock, and I'm adding that to my cheekbones. And also, of course, my nose. Now I'm adding lashes. These are Alter Ego from Boldface. And I also got some rhinestones from Amazon that I wanted to use. They come in all different sizes, so I'm adding those to my eyes. I'm adding from small to medium to big. I will have these linked down in the description along with the wig. I also got that from Amazon, and the horns that we add later, I will also link those. Now these I made from, what did I use? What is it called? Hot glue, the hot glue gun. I just put them on the plate I put Vaseline on a plate. I made tear shapes and then took them off, and then I painted them. I used liquid lipstick. So now I'm just adding those onto my face with eyelash glue. And then once that's done, I went ahead and I did line my lips with red liner. I believe I used an Urban Decay liner. And I'm just filling that in with Juvia's Place liquid lipstick in the shade Lulu. I did my top lip, and then I thought to myself that I think that I wanted my bottom lips to look darker. So I thought going in with a black liner over my lips underneath the red lipstick would make it look darker, but it ended up just meshing in with my lipstick, so it didn't really matter. So I ended up just covering my entire lips with the red, and it just looked red. Didn't do anything much to them. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys like this look. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you already are, thank you from the bottom of my itty bitty heart, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.